Oh my God. It's Thursday, October 6th, 2022. Larissa. I'm having my morning tea here. Mm. So, reading Consolation of Philosophy out loud. I read this book. The first time I read it was like 10 years ago. It was shortly after we moved to Oakland. And I was singing. It was short, and I bought it shortly after I started singing at the cathedral because I special ordered it at the cathedral bookstore. It's so good. I forgot just how good it is. And thinking about, this guy waiting for his death, an unjust death, right? An unjust execution. Because he's not just executed, they torture him while he's in there, right? He's physically tortured, denied food and water. And I think if I remember correctly, get to a part where he talks about being beaten, I think. Or that might be in the footnotes, right? But I'm not reading the footnotes out loud. Oh my gosh. So, if you've never read a book that's annotated, annate, blah, 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 blah. If you've never read a book with footnotes, so there'll be a little number next to something that you might not know what the reference is. And then at the bottom of the page, you look for that number, and it tells you what you need to know about that. Some interesting stuff. Like names of all the guys that he's talking about who have screwed him over, right? There's numbers by some of their names. And they tell you who they were, why they were so shitty. Mm. But the poetry is like amazing. Mm-hmm. I remember how much I enjoyed the poetry the first time I read it, and I was also at that time cantering, and Psalms are poetry. It's the poetry from the Bible, the Book of Psalms, and I was consuming a lot of poetry. About some French poetry and some Russian poetry at that time. And of course, I was writing a lot of poetry still. I was writing some poetry earlier in the year. Um, and I was considering getting back into writing poetry. I don't know. We'll see. I have to have a notebook just for that. And I'd kind of thought those books that I'd made, that I was going to write poetry in those. But I don't know now. They're so beautiful. I wouldn't want to ruin them. No. Oh, but the poetry's so great. And I love Lady Philosophy. I love her. She's great. Great character. I mean, it would make a really cool film, right? I think about like the um Pan's Labyrinth, and some of the South American films that I've seen, um horror films, and some of the black humor, right? Dark humor, sarcasm. Anyway, I'm not saying. I just think the aesthetics that I've seen in some of those films would, when I say aesthetics, I'm talking about the cinematography and the costuming and palette choice and things. Mm, yeah, I think it would make a really Constellation of Philosophy would make a really interesting film. Yeah, I can't be bothered with shit that I see trailers for or whatever. I don't know. Ugh, I don't know. Maybe I'll make myself a costume and be Lady Philosophy for Halloween. Dress Omar up like Boethius. Do some makeup on him, make him look like he has big black eyes and stuff. Make him walk with a crutch, with a stick. I got my stick here by the bed. Yeah. Just in case, you know. Got up in the middle of the night and to go to the bathroom, and it was like all I could do not to scream when I stepped down on my foot. And today it's the foot that I broke. And so when I broke it on the top, right? On the high part of my foot and on the inside of the ankle. Like there was a chip that came off. The tendon popped off of the foot there. Yeah, it was a significant break that I had in my foot, and it was really ridiculous because I wasn't doing anything when it happened. I was just walking, and the rock slid underneath my foot, and it was just the way my foot twisted when I caught myself. And oh my God, that was painful. I set it myself with Reiki, right? And gave myself Reiki and like held it together and put it up for a couple days. And I was doing real good, but I didn't realize it was actually broken. I just thought because I hadn't gone to the doctor yet. And I went to the not to the museum, to the aquarium. Took a trip to the aquarium on the concrete floor, and I wore heels. I walked around the whole day. And when I got home, it was real bad. And so then I went to the doctor, and they did x-ray. And he's like, oh my God, your foot's really broken. I was like, oh my God. He's like, but everything's back in place. And I'm like, yeah, it's because I said it. He's like, you said it? Yeah. So, but anyway, on the top part, like the inside of the ankle, that got that knit back together real well. But the top part, I still, and it's deformed there a little bit. There's a bump that I didn't have before at that point on my foot, and it has made it even more difficult now with shoes. So I don't know. So I bought myself a new pair of roller skates. I bought myself a pair of low profile roller skates, and they hurt that foot. So tying it up over the bridge there. Oh, being Lady Philosophy for Halloween. I kind of like that idea. He describes her garment. It's got a pi and a theta on it. Oh. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to need to wrap that foot up today. Just wrap my whole self up in compression. Just get myself a compression body stocking. I'm watching the news, or not the news, but following stories. So, oh my gosh, Iran. Oh my gosh, Iran. The Shah. Anybody who's going to anybody who's going to disturb the peace. Oh my goodness. You women, just stay in your house and shut up. Don't be outside telling people you're upset about anything. Just stay inside like a good animal. Right? I know the feeling. They're trying to do that over here too. Mm-hmm. Seriously. And then, like, how is it that Putin's saying, oh, I've annexed these areas, but his military is retreating from these areas? Right? How does that work? Is he going to try to take back Alaska? Oh my gosh. Part of me wants to move up there. Seriously. Joe Biden, have you sent troops up there to Alaska, because that will be the point of entry. I think he would hit, like, thinking militarily, strategically. I could see them blowing up ports on the West Coast and invading through Alaska. Send Sarah Palin out there. Send her out there to sit on the dock. She could be the modern day Paul Revere. Sarah Palin. So I'm working on a new jacket. The black one, I made this black one that I'm keeping because I didn't have for myself because I didn't have a black one. Right? It's cute. It's real cute, but some of the stitching isn't. It's not perfect enough. Like I couldn't sell it. Right? Stitches aren't perfect enough. There's a couple mistakes on it where things don't line up quite right. But it's cute. Like if I did another one with the leather, this is what it was because I have leather. I have a piece of kid skin. Right? It was a big piece of kid skin, and I had made a pair of shorts, leather kid skin shorts. Gave them to my sister. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why. Well, they wouldn't fit me now anyway, so. But it was the first time. That was the first time I had ever sewn leather. And the kid skin, like, is challenging. It's very challenging. It stretches, and you have to be real careful with it. It's real delicate. So this one, it's not a leather jacket. It just has leather details on it, and I still have some more left. So I could use it on another jacket. And then I have these antique rabbit pelts that got at a couple of the antique stores around here, and I want to keep picking them up. I saw one the other day, and I didn't buy it because it didn't have a price tag on it at the antique shop, and they were using it in a display, and so I wasn't sure if it was for sale or if it was part of the display. But particularly around here, there's a lot of rabbits, and a lot of people have these rabbit pelts because a lot of people ate them, right? I have no problem with fur in that way. I don't believe in buying a fur coat that has been made just, the animals have been raised just for their fur. Like, I think that's unethical. I think that's really crappy. But, you know, antique pelts like that, lots of people eat rabbit. Rabbit is, I've had rabbit. It's dry. It's usually really dry because they're not a real fatty animal. Their fat is subcutaneous. It's directly under their skin. And most of it comes off with the hide, right? So the meat itself is, texture-wise, it's similar to pheasant, texture-wise. And usually when you see it prepared in restaurants, it's usually prepared with some sort of pork fat because it's so dry. And if you don't have, or it's been, or it'll be jugged, meaning that it's stewed for a long time in wine and sometimes with blood. I've never had it that way. When I had it, it was roasted, served like a chicken. I got half. It was like half, served like a roast chicken, and it was wrapped with prosciutto. It was a long time ago. I was much younger, and I was still eating lots of meat. But anyway, I have no problem using fur that way. I want to make a jacket that has using those rabbit pelts. But the one I'm working on right now, it doesn't have the rabbit pelts, but it's real cute. It's going to be painted on the inside, so I'm going to work on that today. It'll be good because I'll be standing to do that. And yesterday I spent the majority of the day, or majority of the work time, sitting at the sewing machine. And so I'm not hunched over when I sew, so I'm more my back is more straight. I sit on on a on a stool like that is shorter than what a chair would be at the table. So I can't see the top of the machine. My it's like my when I'm sewing, my face is level with where the feed dog where you feed the fabric in. And that way my back is straight. I'm not hunched over. But still sitting like that and the vibration of the machine all day is a bit much. It's a bit much. So today I have a couple things I have to stitch on it before I can start the painting. And I can flip it over and start the painting on the inside before I do all the finish work on the outside. Inside, outside, it's truly reversible. So they're both, there's no wrong side. It's hard to say inside, outside. Say pocket side, painted side, right? But it's real cute. It has an antique needlepoint stool cushion cover, right? I found. I don't know. It's a traditional pattern, one that I've seen on antique chairs. So I don't know if it's actually, it's a vintage piece. I could tell that the materials are older, but I don't know if the piece itself is an antique. I think what it looks like to me is that somebody recreated, was making for a refurbish, right? So those stools were, there were traditional patterns, right? Needlepoint patterns for those. Anyway, that's what I have as the medallion on the back. And then I have some vintage ribbon. And then the pockets in the front. So I just have some of the top stitching to do on the pocket side and applying the tag, right? And then I'll flip it over and I'll paint the inside before I stitch together the bottom of the sleeves and put on the binding, the finished binding. It's super cute. I don't know if I'm going to add buttons or not. I don't know. I have to look and see if I have buttons that would really, really add something, right? I don't want to just put buttons on to put buttons on. I want them to add something to the design. So that's what I'm doing with my time today. And I don't know, maybe I'll go roller skating, maybe I won't. I need the physical exercise. I need the cardio. And it's like, that is like the best cardio. It's the only thing that doesn't kill my hips. I can't do bicycles. I can't do it. And not without significant discomfort. And I can't do the elliptical either. The elliptical hurts so bad. Hurts so bad. That's why I don't like going to the gym. Well, it's one of the reasons. Those machines aren't suited for what my body situation is. And I don't like being in the locker room with people. I've had stuff stolen out of my locker in gyms before. And I don't like creepy creepers. There's always creepy creepers in the gym. So I go roller skating instead. And maybe soon I'll have a yoga space again. Maybe. That'd be great. Because I used to do yoga 3 times a week. I used to do an hour of yoga 3 times a week. And dance and dance. And 45 minutes of dance 3 times a week. And I haven't because of the pandemic, right? It has really taken a toll. It has really, really, really taken a toll. The lack of yoga has really inhibited my mobility. It's like, I eat a very healthy diet. I don't eat a lot of fried food. I don't eat a lot of junk food. Maybe once a month, maybe once a month I get fast food, but it's not like I make salads and we eat a lot of vegetables and fish. Like I'm a healthy eater and I don't overeat. I'm just 43 and I have significant injury and lack of yoga has given me more mobility issues. And then of course there's these things, these giant things that I have. Like, I don't understand why women get fake ones. I don't. I really, really don't. I don't understand. I don't understand. Natural ones always look better than fake ones. Always. No matter what size they are. Even fried eggs. If you got natural fried eggs, they still look better than big old fake ones. Tickle bait fitties. I got tickle bill riddies. And with the fake ones, and they walk around. They're like, oh, proud of them. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? You're proud of those? Really? I don't understand it. But maybe I'm just a dumbass. Me and my fake eyelashes. I think my real ones have all fallen out. I do. It's okay. Whatever. Can we make Larissa uglier than she already is? Maybe. Oh. So, people in Florida, can't even imagine. That sucks. That sucks. Women of Iran, that sucks. They're trying to do it over here too. Just saying. And women of Ukraine, I saw an ad. Online yesterday for Ukrainian women. Meet Ukrainian women. How to meet Ukrainian women. Will it ever end? Probably not. Probably not. Well, I think my tea is starting to kick in here. And I'm going to take a shower and have some breakfast and probably read book 2 of The Consolation. So if you're following that, I hope you're enjoying it. It's a really good book.